All right, what's up, guys? Vivi back with another video. Today we're going to be going over the Emerald cards. Okay, and this is part 2 for those who don't know. I already have gone over some of these cards down here. We're not going to touch these. If you want to know what I think about these, I have a whole nother video dedicated to it. We're going to leave off right here with Duke Wesselton or Peter Pan, basically, and go from there, because that's all that was revealed at the time of me recording the original video. Okay, so this is like a part 2 because now that more and more cards are finally released, we're almost at the end now of all the cards being released. So let's hop right into it, guys. Green's got a lot of new cards to go over. Okay, first up is Peter Pan. We'll go ahead and do it starting here. Peter Pan, 3 cost, 3/2, evasive, quest for 1. Nothing too special here, just a good, solid, evasive character. I'm just going to give this a... this will be good for taking out your opponent's evasive characters like Pascal, right? So I'm just going to give this a good old-fashioned 5 out of 10. Actually, it has evasive. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. You got to give it at least a 6 out of 10 if it has evasive, right? Okay. Duke of Wesselton. And it is inkable, too. I do need to mention that. It is inkable. Duke of Wesselton, opportunistic official. He's a 1 cost, 2/2, the quest for 1. So this is a standard 5 out of 10 vanilla 1 cost character. We're still starting to see how the 1 cost stuff is going to pan out. I've seen 1 cost 1/3s that quest for 1. I've seen 1 cost 2/2s that quest for 1. And I've seen 1 cost 1/1s that quest for 2. So sorry if that was confusing, but that's kind of what we're seeing. They're all kind of pretty common across the colors from what I've been able to gather. Okay, moving on. We got a 4 cost 3/3 that quests for 3. Okay. This is immediately a 7.5 out of 10 for me, because on turn 4, you're questing for 3. Well, technically turn 5, right? Because he does not have any way to quest the turn he comes into play. You have to wait 1 turn. This is awesome. And it's inkable. 4 cost, 3/3, quest for 3. Yeah, I'm going 7.5 out of 10. This is a card you want for turn 4 if you have nothing better. You know, we'll see what else is out for green that could take that spot. Okay, next we got Stampede. Deal 2 damage to chosen damaged character. This is just a 1 cost removal action. It is not inkable. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I try to give all removal, I think, like a 6 out of 10, even if it is an average. In fact, I'll give this one a 5 out of 10 because it does require setup. You have to deal 2 damage to a chosen damaged character. It has to be damaged first. So I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Okay, Vicious Betrayal. 1 cost, inkable action. Chosen character gets +2 this turn. If it's a villain, chosen character gets +3 instead this turn for attack, for the attack stat. 1 cost, inkable buff spell or buff action. I'm just going with a 6 out of 10. Nothing too fancy here, but it is nice to have for your smaller characters to take out the bigger ones. Let's keep going. Next up, we got Mother Knows Best. An action. It's a song. A character costs 3 or less. 3 or more can sing this song for free. Return chosen character to their player's hand. So it is return chosen character to their player's hand. So you can bounce your own character to their hand, or you can bounce the opponent's your opponent's character to their hand. Excellent utility here. This is more than removal. This is utility. I'm going with a 7 out of 10 on this. Very nice. And it can be sung too. It's not inkable. That's the one thing that kept it from being like an 8 or a 9 out of 10, but it's still very good. Okay, next up we got Mickey Mouse, Artful Rogue. Excuse me. This is a 7 cost 6/5 that quests for 2. It can be shifted for 5 and has misdirection. Whenever you play an action, chosen opposing character cannot quest during their next turn. Chosen opposing character cannot quest their next turn. So whenever you play an action, you could do this. So if you can play multiple actions in 1 turn, you can technically just go straight down the line. He can't quest this, or he can't quest next turn. He can't quest next turn. He can't quest next turn. This is pretty good. I have to say, this is pretty good. It is costly. It is not inkable. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. Nothing too crazy, but also not bad at all. Okay, we got Do It Again. 3 cost action. Do it again. Return an action card from your discard to your hand. I don't like actions. I almost said spells. I don't like actions like this that aren't attached to a body. I don't like abilities like this that aren't attached to a body, because you're discarding a card from your hand to get a card that you've already played. So yes, okay, let me say it like this. Early on in the game, I don't know if this card's going to be that good because there are only so many. Actually, maybe I have that backwards. Early on in the game, this might be used because there are not that many actions. But as the game goes on further and further, I just want good cards. Like, I don't want to have to waste 3 resources for the turn so that I can play an action card I've already played this turn. I'd rather just have the next card that just keeps getting me going, you know, going and going and going. It gives me more and more gas. But otherwise, it's a fine card, but I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 10. Stolen Scimitar? However you say that. It's a 2-cost item that is inkable and has Slash as an activatable ability here. Tap. You exert it to have chosen character get +1 attack this turn. If a character named Aladdin is chosen, he gets +3 attack instead. Okay, you know, that's fine. I don't see anything special about this, though. I'm going 5 out of 10. It is at least inkable. Maybe it's a 5.5 out of 10, but this is really nothing special at all here. Because remember, this game isn't about fighting your opponent. Yes, you have to do exchanges. You have to challenge your opponent to win the game and things like that to slow them down or speed yourself up, however you want to see it. But that's not really... Like, if you're paying 2 to play this card, you are probably falling behind. Let's just be honest. Unless you're running a deck that has lots of rush in it. So it could have a spot, you know, but I'm going to keep it at a 5 out of 10. I think it's very situational. Okay, we got Flynn Rider, Charming Rogue here. 2 costs, 1/2 that quests for 2. And has an ability. Here comes the Smolder. Whenever this character is challenged, the challenging player chooses and discards a card. Wow. Okay, that is pretty brutal, guys. Anytime there is discard going on, yeah, that doesn't feel good. If you're losing a card for doing an action, well, number one, you did the action to do a card, and now you're also losing another card. Or if you're attacking into him, you're getting damage on your character just to discard a card. And if you don't deal with this guy, he's questing for 2 every turn, and he's only a 2 cost. Flynn Rider seems very good. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. This is a very good 2 cost. Okay, next we got Megara, Pulling the Strings. This is a 2 cost 2/1 that quests for 1, but it has Wonder Boy. When you play this character, chosen character gets +2 this turn. So we got a lot of buff going on here, like buffs for green. It looks like that's going to be a common theme where like you can buff up your other characters, because that's 2 in a row, right? The Scimitar did, Megara. I feel like there was another one, Vicious Betrayal. Yeah, it seems like that's going to be a common theme. I'm not a big fan of that personally. It might be good in this game, I don't know, but I'm not a big fan. I'm going to give this card a 5 out of 10 because it's at least a inkable 2 cost that can quest for 1 and buff something. It's not a bad card, but it seems like after turn 2 you would never want to play this. Someone tell me what you think if I'm crazy. Maybe there's a combo I don't know about yet. Okay, we got Kuzco, 5 cost 2/4 that quests for 3 and has Ward. So opponents cannot choose this character except to challenge him. And when this character is challenged and banished, you may banish the challenging character. Excuse me. So turn 4, you know, you just, like, think about this. Turn 4, you play old Hans here. Actually, maybe you go turn 2, you play Flynn Rider. Well, then turn 3, we got to find something, right? Turn 4, Hans. Turn 5, Kuzco. You're just out questing probably anything in the game at that rate. That's just crazy. And then when they hit your characters, they are losing things, right? Other than with Hans. Hans has no effect. But if they banish Flynn Rider, okay, they're discarding a card. If they banish Kuzco, you're banishing their character back, and he's already been questing, right? Theoretically, that's the only way they can banish him, because he has Ward, can't be targeted. So very, very cool, very strong. I'll give Kuzco I'll give him a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna go 8.5 out of 10. No, it has Ward too. That's, yeah. I'm gonna go 8.5 out of 10 because he is low stat and does not have a lore. He cannot be used, or excuse me, he does not have a ink. Cannot be inked. Genie, the ever impressive, 2 cost 2/3, quest for 1, inkable, vanilla. We'll take it. 5 out of 10. Okay, John Silver, Alien Pirate, 6 cost 5/5, quest for 2. Pick your fights. Okay, when you play this character, and whenever he quests, chosen opposing character gains Reckless during their next turn. They cannot quest and must challenge a Fable. That's pretty good. Good manipulation going on here. It's a 6 cost 5/5 that quests for 2. This is excellent, actually, and it's a villain for whatever that matters, you know, because I think there will be villain decks. Inkable, 6 cost, 5/5 quest. Yeah. I think this is just a really nice 7.5 out of 10. Let's keep going. Okay, Jasper, a common crook. He's a 3 cost, 2/4 that quests for 1. Inkable, common crook, like I said. Puppy napping. Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character cannot quest during their next turn. I'm sorry, wait, what? Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character cannot quest during their next turn. Okay. Locks him down. He only quests for 1, but he does lock down someone who might be questing for 2 or 3. That's excellent. This allows for a lot of interaction and outplay potential, so I do like that. I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10. 3 costs, 2/4. He's making it where you can't quest with your better characters. You know, this is allowing for setup later, forcing your characters to attack, and now you can do, you know, whatever from there. Then we got Horus, 3 costs, 4/3, quest for 1, no good scoundrel. He has no ability, unfortunately, but that's pretty cool. Good interactions there. Excellent. Okay, I'm just going to give him a 5 out of 10. He's just a vanilla, inkable vanilla, 3 cost. Sudden Chill. Okay, 2 cost, sudden chill. Each opponent chooses and discards a card. 2 cost, action song. So this can be sung as well. 2 cost, discard. Yep, I'm going with 7 out of 10. This could be a free discard as well, by the way. So you're giving up one of your cards to take out one of their cards. And this has opportunity to it, right? And, you know, this is very good. Right, you're potentially discarding this card to get rid of something crazy they have. Or early on, you could just play it for ink, you know, when it's not as effective. Sudden Chill, I'm giving a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Okay, I can't remember what I said at first, but I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Okay, Mother Gothel. We got 6 cost, 3/6 that quest for 2. Villain, skip the drama, stay with mama. Okay, while this character is exerted, opposing characters can't quest. Okay, just period. When this character is exerted, opposing characters cannot quest. Notice this does not choose characters, so cards with ward, it affects them as well. You still have to deal with this card because it's just making a blanket statement that this cannot happen. You don't choose anyone. So, wow. That's a 9 out of 10. This card's excellent. This card is extremely good. It's going to force them to deal with it, and it's going to quest for 2. It's inkable. It's a 3/6. Very tough. Yeah, excellent, excellent, excellent. Love that card. I really like the way that card plays out, too. Like that a lot. Okay, we got a 5 cost Mad Hatter over here, 2/4 body, and questing for 3. Whenever this character is challenged, you may draw a card. Wow. So if they can't deal with this character in one hit, then they are really throwing cards at you now. Like, you're just going to start drawing away. And hey, whenever this character is challenged, you may draw a card. So I'm assuming you've already quested with him, right, to gain 3 lore. He already did what he needed to do. And now he's drawing cards on top of that. Yeah, I'm going to give this a 6 out of I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. Excuse me, a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, next. Steal from the Rich. Okay, we're on the last row here, guys. Don't worry. Steal from the Rich. We have... whenever one of your characters quests this turn, each opponent loses 1 lore. Wait a minute. Okay. Whenever one of your characters quests this turn, each opponent loses 1 lore. So that can provide a very large tempo swing, right? Because your characters are questing, and every time your characters quest, your opponent is losing a point of lore. So let's just use an example. Say you have 3 characters down. Let's just say they all quest for 2 on average, because you might have a 3, a 2, and a 1, right? So we'll just say 2 on average. So, okay, quest for 2, they lose 1. Quest for 2, they lose 1. Quest for 2, they lose 1. You went up 6, they went down 3. In this example, that was a 9-point quest swing, or lore swing, however you want to say it. That's very, very strong. Okay, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10, guys. I think this card might be insane. This card might be the card that is just... I like how it's using a dagger here. This might be the how do you say it? The final... I don't know how to say it, but all I'm trying to say is this is like the the dagger, right? If you watch basketball, you know, whenever a player makes a shot that pretty much seals the game, they call it the dagger. Yeah, this might be the dagger in Lorcana. If this card resolves and you use it on 2, 3, 4 cards, it's just over because you're resetting your opponent and you're gaining all this lore. This might be really strong in like a green orange deck or a green emerald amber deck. This could be insane. You know, where you just fill the board and just reset your opponent and just win the game is the most demoralizing way to win ever, or to lose ever if you're the opponent. Excellent card here. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. It does require some setup and it's not inkable. Genie, not inkable, 8 cost, 8 cost 3/5, but does quest for 3, can shift for 6, is evasive. Power Unleashed, phenomenal cosmic power. Whenever this character quests, you may play an action with cost 5 or less for free. So you're going to quest to gain 3. Let's just be honest. You're going to play Steal from the Rich for free. And then you're going to quest with the rest of your characters and still have all that lore or all those resources left to play. That's just one example. Of course, you don't have to do it like that, obviously. But yeah, that seems very good. That seems very powerful, guys. He is an 8 cost for a 3/5. That's very weak. But he has evasive, and he can shift for 6, so it could be a 6 cost 3/5 that quests for 3. And whenever this character quests, you may play an action with cost 5 or less for free. Yeah, I'm going to go with an 8.5 out of 10 on this, guys. Very, very powerful character. Very powerful. Okay, we got Tamatoa. This is a 2 cost 1/4 that quests for 1. So this is a 2 cost inkable vanilla character, 5 out of 10. Tinkerbell, 4 cost 2/3 that quests for 2 with evasive, and when you play this character, chosen character gains evasive this turn. So it is only for that turn, so they don't like get to tap and then your opponent can't deal with them. It's more or less for taking out evasive characters on your opponent's side. Just to stress, just to make sure everybody realizes what's going on there. But 4 cost 2/3 that quests for 2 and has evasive and is inkable. Yeah, that's a 6.5 out of 10. Probably should be a 7 out of 10 because it can give a character the ability to knock out an evasive like Pascal or something. I'll go 7 out of 10. Very good. Okay, last but not least, we got 2 cost Dr. Facilier's cards. Or Facilier's cards. 2 cost item. The cards will tell. Exert. You may pay 1 less for the next action you play this turn. So you may pay 1 resource less for the next action you play this turn. So I have a similar question to what I had with one of the Amber cards. With cost reduction, you may pay 1 less. So where is a song? I need a song real quick. Did I skip one? I feel like I skipped it. Here we go. Let's just use Mother Knows Best. So if I use, it's an action, right? You may pay 1 less for the next action you play this turn. So say I do Mother Knows Best. Will I be able to sing for 2 then? Like for a 2 cost character? If I play... if I use this action here, or does it still have to be a 3? Does it not apply like that? I don't know. That's a question I'll have to figure out over time, or if someone knows, by all means share it, or give your opinion on how you think it should work, or how you think it works. Well, okay, guys, that's it for Emerald. What a killer bunch of cards here. I have to say, you're looking at a pretty devastating turn, really 2, 3, 4, 5 curve. Let me see a good 3 cost that we skipped over. That we might have skipped over. That maybe there isn't one. Maybe you have to go to another color for the 3 cost. Maybe it's Elsa or something. But anyway, let's just say turn 2, Flynn Rider. He's questing for 2 from here on out. Into turn 3, like I said, we got to figure that out. But into turn 4, Hans. You got a 4 cost 3/3 that's questing for 3. That's insane. Into turn 5, you're going up here to Kuzco. Did I pass him? Oh, here he is. Into Kuzco here. Questing for 3, yeah, with Ward, and yeah, I mean that is a. And then turn 6, you can even go into Mother Gothel. Just a very brutal curve, and potentially Genie. Maybe there's a 3 cost Genie I don't even know about. Let me see. There's a 2 cost Genie. What? I think there was there was a 6 cost Genie. Okay. Anyway, y'all kind of get the idea. Well, guys, I think Green got some really incredible stuff. Really interesting. I like the discard. Like Sudden Chill had a discard, and was there another card? Oh yeah, Flynn Rider. Flynn Rider had if this character's challenged, the challenging player chooses and discards a card. I'm seeing a combo for that with Amber, because Amber got a card that costs 4 that makes the opponent discard 2 cards. Amber, yeah, Amber and Emerald might be a really nasty combo, guys. Something we'll have to look forward or look into going forward. But all right, guys, tell me what y'all think. Hope y'all enjoyed. As usual, please leave a like or a comment or subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.